broadcast. Coast to coast at Born to the Border on iHeartRadio today, and also AMFM, 247.com, TuneIn, iTunes, and of course you can find us each and every day over there at JiggyJaguar.com. We have got a great guest joining us on the telephone. Go ahead and give me a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's up? This is Drew Cagle here from Drew Cagle The Reputation.
Yes.
I'm a rock singer in a rock band.
So, how in the world did you get started doing the music thing, my friend?
I got started at a young age. My dad was a guitar player and always into music growing up. He was taking me to a bunch of concerts and stuff. But I was always interested by like singers and rock bands and stuff like that. And My dad, growing up in the 80s, was just had a crazy amount of knowledge about all the best rock bands out there. And once I got about 15 or 16 years old, he started taking me to Guns N' Roses concerts and the Rolling Stones concerts and stuff like that. And from there on, I just fell in love.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. So, talk to us a little bit about what you want to accomplish with music, because I know there are a lot of people, they get into music and they have different goals.
As far I've accomplished a lot. It's one of those things that when you accomplish one of your goals, you just move the goalposts, so you keep working. I think my main goal just has always been to use my music to impact people's lives, as many people as possible, and hopefully, help them get through the trials and tribulations of life, just by being able to escape through my music, which is what all my favorite bands did for me. So I'm just trying to pay it forward.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the writing process and everything.
So when I write my songs and stuff, we got a new record out called Bad Attitude, and it's always different. Each song is kind of different. Sometimes you get inspired or by something that goes on around you, or sometimes you get a couple words stuck in your head, or sometimes you sit down at the piano or sit down with an acoustic guitar and start messing around with some riffs, and everything just kind of goes from there. Making this new record, Bad Attitude, has been a little bit different of a process. It was one of those that they're all kind of in-your-face rock and roll songs. So not as many of the songs this time are written on piano as they normally are. They were kind of written on an acoustic guitar and stuff like that. I mean, I normally don't... I normally don't overthink it. The songs are supposed to be, honest and relatable and genuine and authentic. So normally whatever happens is I normally just sit down and let the song take over, and it goes from there.
Fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. Drew Cagle joins us live here on our big broadcast. So how do we find you guys online?
You can find it. You just search Drew Cagle and The Reputation anywhere. You'll find it. You can find our website, drewcagle.com, or you can go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and just type in Drew Cagle _TR or Drew Cagle and The Reputation, and we'll pop up. We're not that hard to find.
We have got a great guest with us today. So, Drew, talk to us a little bit about some of your goals for this year.
So we just released our new record that just came out on January 31st, and the goals pretty much the next couple months are, promote this record, make sure we can get it to as many people as possible. Like I said, my main goal has always been to, help people through my music and get it to as many people as possible. So this album is going to be no different, and it's going to be one of those things that for the next couple months I'm just going to be spending it just trying to get it to as many new ears as possible, and try to give people the chance to be moved by the music. And then after that, you can probably expect a tour sometime down the line, sometime this year, and a couple other exciting surprises along the way.
Drew Cagle and The Reputation with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So who were some of your biggest musical influences growing up, and how did they shape your sound, my friend?
You know, when I first got started, like I said, it was from bands that my dad had showed me. So
Yeah.
the main one that kind of made me decide that I wanted to be a musician was I went and saw Guns N' Roses on the Not in This Lifetime tour when they first got back together, and it was like, I think, one of the first or second shows on the tour. And that was a very big moment for me, and I decided that I wanted to do this for a living after that. And it was bands like Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, Styx, Cheap Trick, the Rolling Stones, all those bands when I first got started, like those guys. And then there was a mixture of some other bands that I had seen live, the Struts and the Glorious Sons and Rival Sons and bands like that. It was mostly, when I first got started, it was all those live bands that I had seen that kind of inspired me and shaped my sound. And then once I got a little bit older and once I realized how much I really loved all this new music and I loved being inspired by new things, I started to listen to all types of music everywhere I went with the intention to be inspired. And you know, that morphed into so many different influences, from everything from like Garth Brooks and Billy Joel and Elton John and Warren Zevon and James Taylor to you know, more not rock artists and singer-songwriters like Avicii and you know, just so there's just so many different things that can shape a band's sound. This new record, you can expect it to sound pretty much like, you know, I tell people it sounds like the biggest album from the 80s that you never heard. It sounds like a combination of Appetite for Destruction and Slippery When Wet and Highway to Hell and all those songs, all those albums that kind of really packed a punch back in the day. And we kind of combine that sort of sound with this new modern rock and youthful feel that we bring to the table.
Fantastic. Drew Cagle and The Reputation with us today. They join us live here in our broadcast. So how do we get the latest album?
So you can find it pretty much anywhere you go for music. Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. You search up Drew Cagle and The Reputation, you'll find it right there. You can get physical copies. We have CDs and vinyls online at drewcagle.com, and you can listen to it for free on YouTube if you don't have any of those other things. There's the whole records out there on YouTube as well, so you can find it. It's not too hard to find.
That's awesome. So what is the one track on the new album you're most proud of?
Yeah, that's a hard question to answer. You know, all songs are kind of like your kids. And, you know, you have to pick a favorite. It's never nice to the other ones around you. But you know, I'd say the song that was the most of a shocker on how it turned out would be the title track. That was one of those things that I had the entire album finished at one point, or probably in early 2024, and we had the title track, and it just felt kind of like it was one of the weaker links on the record, and we couldn't figure it out, and it just felt like it was missing something. And then we ended up doing a run of shows with LA Guns not too short after that, and we hit it off with LA Guns, and after the run of shows, me and Tracy started talking, and I asked him if he wanted to be on the track, and he ended up sending over some stuff, and it turned out that the missing link from the title track, Bad Attitude, was Tracy Guns. So you know, he ended up sending over this just absolutely masterful feature track. So I mean, it was just it's hard to describe. It was one of those things that you don't really expect a legendary rock guitarist from the 80s to come and bring something brand new to the table. And you normally wouldn't expect somebody who's been in the game so long to come in and do a feature track, and it sounds like the cutting edge of modern rock and roll. and that's just how great Tracy Guns is. So, I mean, it was one of those things that I'd say the most proud. I don't know if I'm the most proud of it or what. I'm the most proud of the whole record, but I was very, very pleased and very shocked to see this song, "Bad Attitude" featuring Tracy Guns, evolve into what it has so far, and it's been just an incredible lead single from the record, and people are loving it. So I'd probably have to go with that one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here in our broadcast. Drew Cagle is with us, and talking about the brand new album that you guys have out there. So how long between albums do you guys usually take?
Well, this is technically our debut album. We had a debut EP that we released in 2021. So it's been about 4 years, which I hope it is not another 4 years before we release another record. There was a bunch of different things at play that keep giving you delays and stuff like that when it comes to making these records and stuff, and behind the scenes and scheduling stuff with labels and stuff. So I'm hoping that it's not another 4 years for the next record, but who knows what the future really holds.
Yeah. So tell me about the album cover.
Yeah, so the album cover was kind of, since we're on the radio, I know you guys can't really see it, but it's pretty much a bunch of different news articles plastered all over the cover with the words "Bad Attitude" in red font, written across them. And it's very much inspired by some of my favorite records. It's inspired in one way by GNR Lies. The GNR Lies cover has this news article feel about it, with a bunch of different stories about the bands and stuff going on. Ironically enough, the band's called Cagle The Reputation, and Taylor Swift has an album called Reputation. So there's an element of that's kind of inspired by that album cover as well. Another kind of Easter egg from the record is the drummer from Toto and Taylor Swift actually played on the record. So it was kind of one of those cool things. It was like, well, we might as well just throw some extra Easter eggs in there. So it's kind of influenced by those two. And there's also elements from some of my favorite AC/DC records too. On some of the early AC/DC stuff with Bonds, there was some letters that you can find like in the vinyl liner notes, where there's like a letter from Bon Scott's principal saying how terrible of a student he was.
That's
and stuff
awesome.
like that. And who knows if there's actually any real if that's a real thing or not, or if it was just one of those cool things they put on the record. But it was one of those things that inspired pretty much a lot of the album art. So all of the little newspaper articles that are on our front cover, they're little stories and excerpts and just ridiculous things and kind of funny little jabs at some people and stuff like that. It's a real entertaining thing to read and check out. And so I took all these different ideas that I was influenced by, and I looked at them and how do we make this me? How do we make this unique? How do we make this new and still pay tribute to all these people? And I think we did just that. It's one of those things that when you're a creative person, it all starts with a vision. And when you start with this vision, it doesn't always turn out the way you expect it to be. Honestly, it never does. And this was the one time that my vision was perfectly made into a reality, and that's a testament to my amazing graphic design team at MCO Studios. So yeah, it's just a cool thing. If you want to at least check it out, you should at least check out the front cover, or the Bad Attitude song featuring Tracy Guns. It's a cool thing to check out.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to put you on a brief hold, and we are going to play Bad Attitude featuring Tracy Guns. Then we're going to come back and wrap things up here. We have got Drew Cagle with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. Bad Attitude featuring Tracy Guns. Drew Cagle with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. So, I had an odd question. I just wanted to throw it out at you on the air.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, when you called earlier, it said that you are in Illinois somewhere. How close are you? Right. How close are you to Rosemont?
So we actually just played a show in Rosemont in January. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from us. Okay. I'm in Central Illinois, over by Champaign area, where our yoga starts.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because I'm going to be out in Rosemont, Illinois, in April. And I thought maybe we would see if we could get together, do a video interview or something while I was there. But if you're an hour away, we're gonna have to meet in the middle or figure something out. I'm not making you bastards drive an hour and a half to come see my ass. I will come to you. Or we'll meet in the middle, or we'll figure something out. But so what's been the reaction to this music so far?
Oh man, it's been great. I mean, the music's only been out for about 2 weeks now. We shot a music video for a different song called "She Said," and that song's already passed 200,000 views on the music video.
Fantastic.
Bad Attitude right now, the song that you guys just heard, is just growing ridiculously fast. It's already at I don't know, 30,000 or 40,000 streams or something like that, and it's been one of those things that you ask people what their favorite songs are from the record, and and people tell you every single one of them, and that's the biggest compliment you can get as a creator and a songwriter. So it's one of those things that I'm just happy to see that people are getting it. Sometimes when you release an album and stuff like this, people don't always get it. They don't always get the vision and the vibe and everything that you're trying to get across. And when you're able to release something like this and just in such a short period of time, people are already hopping on board and investing in this project and these songs. I'm kind of at a loss for words to describe it. It's one of the coolest things ever.
That's awesome. Well, you guys keep up the good work. I definitely want to revisit this idea of a video interview in April. Take a look at your calendar. You've got my email address and everything. You've also got my phone number now. So I'll shoot you a text, or you shoot me a text, and we'll figure something out.
Okay, sounds good.
So before we let you go, how do people get the album and get a hold of you guys online?
Yeah, so you can find us on all over social media at Drew Cagle The Reputation, or Drew Cagle_TR. Or you can stream the record on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you can find streaming music online under Drew Cagle The Reputation. Just search up Bad Attitude and you should be able to find it. And if you want the physical copies like CDs, or we have some limited edition vinyls, you can go to our website, drewcagle.com/shop. You can find them there.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting. We will talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you guys playing the new single.
Definitely. Well, we will talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you, brother. That is Drew Cagle. And that is that.